The last of the SQL constructs that we deal with in this section is the simplest, but potentially the most dangerous if care is not taken. To delete a record from a table in a database, it's simply delete from table name where some field name is equal to some field value. This operator can be equal to, greater than, less than, or several others which we'll deal with later in the course. For example, delete from tperson where last name equals blogs will delete all those records where the last name is blogs. Delete from tperson where ID is greater than 200 will delete all of the records in the table tperson where the ID is greater than 200. To delete all of the records from a table without dropping the table, that is to preserve the table structure, use truncate table name. So for example, truncate tperson would delete all of the records in the table tperson. It's important to note that delete isn't case sensitive. So delete from tperson where last name equals blogs will delete all records like blogs all in uppercase, blogs just with a capital first letter, or any combination of the letters BLOGGS in any case at all. To delete from tperson, to make it case sensitive, use the binary operator. So we say delete from tperson where binary last name equals the specific case of the one we want to delete. We'll now create some records in table tperson purely so we can demonstrate the process of deleting them. So these snippets are in the examplets folder rather than the project folder. First of all, we need to create a new script, just like we usually do. This is going to be a script to create people to delete. So we'll call it peopletodelete.php and put in a date. I'm not going to bother documenting this because it's purely a temporary script for the pure purpose of creating records in the tperson table so we can delete them. I do need to put in, though, the connectdb scriptlet and save this file as peopletodelete.php. Condense those modules because we know what they do, and insert the scriptlet examplets SQL people to delete. This is very similar to the insert SQL that we did before for tcompany. It inserts 4 records into the tperson table. One of their names will be Bill Blogs, another one will be Wilhelmina Blogs. The other 2 have a company ID of 300. Let's save that, go to our browser and open up our DB work in progress folder and run the people to delete script. It's been successful. Let's see. Click on our databases in PHP MyAdmin, go to our project database and browse the tperson table. Yes, we've added 4 records, 2 by the name of blogs and 2 with a company ID of 300. So this script, people to delete, has served its purpose. We'll close that. In fact, we can go and delete it, although you might want to go back to it later. For now, we're going to create a new script called deletepeople.php. Once again, this is purely for demonstration purposes, so I'm not going to bother with documenting this, although you can if you wish. What I am going to do is put in the connect database component. I'm going to save the file as deletepeople.php, collapse the 2 code blocks, and in the success and failure trap, I'm going to paste the snippet examplets SQL delete people1. This is going to simply execute, once again, as always with the MySQL query function, the statement delete from tperson where last name equals blogs. Save the file. Go to the database work in progress folder and refresh it. Find the file deletepeople.php, run it, and it says delete T-person successful. Let's see what's happened. Our list of records in the T-person table is still there from last time. Let's refresh by listing the databases, going to our project database and browsing the T-person table, and we can see both of the records with surname blogs have now disappeared. They've been deleted by our SQL. We're going to delete the remaining two with a slightly different SQL statement. Let's delete the code in the trap segment and insert the snippet delete people too. The only difference here is that the delete where clause says where company ID is greater than 200. Save this again. Back to the localhost DB work in progress folder, refresh it. Delete people.php, of course, is still there. It's just been changed. Let's run the script. Tells us it's been successful. Let's go back to PHP MyAdmin, which shows us from last time the two records that were left over. Let's refresh that. Go to databases, project database, and browse the T-person. We can't browse the T-person table because there are no records left, which simply tells us that the two remaining records with a company ID of 300 were deleted because our delete clause said where company ID is greater than 200.